What is up guys, JayFerGaming here, welcome to the penultimate race of my Lewis Hamilton challenge. And it's weird how these things work out. This will be released on the day of the actual Brazilian Grand Prix, so that should be pretty awesome. And Sebastian Vettel has taken pole position. So once again, Rosberg has not made it to the front of the grid. I think that's 5-6 races in a row. He always gets to the front of the start though, so hopefully the Ferrari gets a good start. But with 2 races to go, there's a 13-point difference between us. Rosberg does have the lead, and I have been starting from the back as part of the challenge, so to be that close is very impressive on Legend difficulty, I must say. And Maldonado's in 6th. Right, that's a strange one. But the race ahead, looking forward, I think I have to win this because I think Rosberg, if I don't overtake Rosberg, he will win this race. So it's essential that I win the next 2 races, and if I do, I will be champion. So we're getting ready for the start of the race. Abu Dhabi after this, but the Brazilian Grand Prix is away. We get a decent start. Nothing spectacular, but you're never going to get anything spectacular with traction control off, up the inside of the 2 Manners, up the inside of Alonso, up to 17th, but I think Alonso's fighting back actually. Trying to get around his inside. Grosjean's back end stepping out all over the shop, but he's side by side with Button. I do wonder if we're going to get both of them here. Button is like a shoe-in. Up the inside, Grosjean as well, not Verstappen. No way. Up the inside of him. We're up to 14th already, that's been a fantastic start. Now to try and catch back up to the main pack. Rosberg's taking the lead, I've just seen the mini-map. What is wrong with the Ferraris? Can they not start? But we're going up the inside of Kvyat, Ericsson as well. Seeing Rosberg in the lead is just spurring me on. We're fighting with Ericsson side by side. Very close, but no contacting, up to 12th. NASA's not defending at all. The AI just don't defend the line at all, especially on the first lap. So that was a pretty simple move up the inside. And we're nearly into the top 10 already. Trying to get Hulkenberg. We'll see what our straight line speed is compared to his on the, I want to say start finish straight, but it's like the kinkiest straight you'll ever see, and I'm not on about sexy time. But up the inside is what we're going to look for into the center S's. Can we get it done? Late break, and we do, and we're up the inside of Perez as well. He broke pretty early. We've got it done. What a move. Overtaking both Force Indias, already up to 9th place, and we've got another 35 laps to go. So skipping on to lap 3, we just couldn't overtake these 3. Maldonado is causing the biggest train he's ever had behind him, because usually he just takes everyone out. So up the inside of Ricardo, can we get this done? We really need to, because we are losing so much time behind these guys. Ricardo's trying to hang it once again. We're getting so close to his side pod. If we made contact there was no doubt we were going to spin out, but up the inside, got the move done. Finally, we've overtaken Ricardo. We're getting a great run there compared to Sainz. But I think on the start finish, the kinky start finish straight, of course, I think we'll get a good shot of attacking Sainz, unless, well, he's going to get DRS as well, but we should have the straight line speed. Let's see if we can catch up a lot. We've used a lot of rich mix, and that's helped us get past quite a few cars in these opening laps, and it's looking very good so far. Apart from maybe the gap to Rosberg, I'm getting a little bit concerned by that, but Sainz and Maldonado are side by side. This could be very dangerous indeed, especially if I'm this close. Sainz makes contact with the curb, so we're going to try and get around him, but I think Maldonado's going to block us here. Sainz is trying to go up the inside. We've got DRS as well. We're trying to force him to the inside, but we can't get it done. They're still side by side. We're losing so much time behind these 2, and it's very frustrating. I just need to get past, and I don't trust Maldonado to not make contact, take Sainz out, which will take me out as I crash into the back of them. They're side by side still. I'm looking for a gap to try and take both of them, but that would have been one of the riskiest moves of all time. Seriously guys, get the hell out the way. We're trying to go around the outside of Maldonado. We're going to try and switch to the inside. We have to go for this. And I think we've got it done. Yes, we have finally. Maldonado and Sainz put up a great fight there, but they weren't even fighting against me. If there wasn't a championship battle here and a title up for grabs for me, I'd applaud them for a great battle, but that was annoying. That was very annoying. Now we need to get past Signs. We'll get DRS here. I don't think we'll be close enough for moving to the center S's. So the second DRS zone should be enough, as Maldonado's closing up to me. My setup, I don't actually have the best straight line speed, but it's perfect for Sector 2, which I think is where I've got most of the moves done so far. But on the back of Signs, DRS and this move is going to be pretty simple. Up into 6th place. Finally, we've cleared them. That took a lot of effort and a lot of time. And now, we're about 5-6 seconds behind Massa, I'd say. And now on to lap 8. Bottas is going for his extra pit stop, like he did in Mexico, which I find really strange. Everyone else is in the pits, apart from Raikkonen, who's staying out for another lap. At this point, I was thinking, I have to win this race with the same strategy as Rosberg. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going for a 2-stop, which means I've got to stretch out all of my stints, 10 laps on these options. The next stint, we'll say 10 laps again, so that would leave 16 laps on the primes, and I don't know how long the primes can last. So this is extremely risky, but I have to win this race. If I come second, it's not the worst result in the world, but it's not going to help me in Abu Dhabi, because Rosberg, if I win, he's probably going to finish second unless there's an incident. So we have to win these 2 races. And it took 4 laps to catch up to the back of Massa. His tyres are obviously 2 laps older than mine. So we did close in, not too rapidly, but enough as we're trying to go for a risky outside move here. You don't see many moves down here. And he's still hanging on the inside, side by side. Can we make around the outside? That'd be a good move. And we do into Zheng Xiao. And up through the gears into Rich Mix, because Massa will be getting DRS, but I think he might be far enough behind me to not be a threat. And we're going on to lap 15. This race has been really intense. It really has, because knowing that I could win a championship, I haven't won a championship on career mode on an F1 game for a very long time, so I'm really excited to be nearly winning it. I hope I really do, and from the back of the grid as well. So lap 18, everyone else is pitting once again. Raikkonen's staying out, so he did 9 laps on his first stint, so I'm guessing he's pitting at the end of this lap. But I get the move done to take the lead, which means that would be, I think, 3rd place in the grand scheme of things. I think Vettel will still be ahead of me. But yeah, I need to stretch these tyres out to lap 20, which I did, but they're really going off the cliff. If you look in my mirrors, I've got a Manor and a McLaren behind me. They're on fresh tyres, and they're currently faster than me. That's how slow I was. And I wasn't sure if I switched my tyres to put on the prime, so I paused, and I don't know why I paused, but hopefully we're getting the primes put on and going 16 laps to the end. Please be primes. Don't do the options. Yeah, primes were cool, but this is going to be a very long stint. The last few laps on this stint, the tyres are going to be absolutely dead, so I'm absolutely dreading it. We're coming out in 5th, ahead of Massa. That's important. So we might not actually have to do any overtaking here, because everyone else has got to pit again. We should end up first, and then Rosberg will probably be trying to chase us down, if I'm not mistaken. But lap 22, Bottas has pitted once again. I'm just on top form. Great pace. I'm just barging manners out the way. I'm that confident in my pace at the moment. But yeah, Bottas has made his 3rd pit stop, which confirms he's going for a 4-stop, which is incredible, considering I'm thinking of doing a 2-stop race with 2 option stints as well. So Bottas is unnecessarily pitting too often. And now lap 27, I'm guessing Raikkonen's pitting at the end of this lap if you do the maths, 9, 18, 27. And I'm on the primes, his options are pretty dead. And he is really holding me up. Rosberg has pitted, and at this point on the mini-map, he isn't that far behind. We'll have to see what the gap is. We're past the sector split. And what is the gap? It is... Is it going to come up? It hasn't come up, has it? God's sake. But Raikkonen's gone into the pits. We get free DRS. I'm not going to say no to a bit of DRS. So we're into the lead. The rest of the race is going to be a defensive drive. The gap is 3.6 to Raikkonen. So it looks like 6-7 seconds to Rosberg. So that's a second a lap for him to gain. And it's down to 6.3. But if you look at the minimap, how many back markers are between me and Rosberg? This has worked out perfectly. I lapped the back markers in the pits and they came out right behind me for their final pit stop. So that's going to give me a bit of breathing space, and that's exactly what I need. And Rosberg's gonna, I think he might lose a bit of time trying to overtake them, and he actually did. I've got to try and overtake Sainz, who really doesn't help me at all. We make contact. I'm lucky not to get a penalty for hitting him there or receiving any damage or spinning out or anything. So Sainz, no need for that. Just get the hell out the way. And now, what's the gap to Rosberg? 5.8 with 4 laps to go. This is going to be close. And we're on the penultimate lap now. Verstappen and Kvyat ahead. I was following them for about 2 laps. I just couldn't catch up at all. They're obviously on fresher tyres. But what's the gap to Rosberg? It's 2 seconds. With just over a lap to go. Is there any... There's no cars between us. Look at my tyres. They're nearly red raw at the front. This is going to be a very tricky final lap. And I hope Rosberg just doesn't catch up to us. I hope the 2 cars ahead get the hell out the way. Because I need to win this race. This will be a perfect... Well, not a perfect result, but I think the best result we could have got from this weekend. So Verstappen, please get out the way. Please get out the way. DRS. Yes, Verstappen, nice one. He gets out the way. Kvyat, please be good to me. And yeah, it looks like he's drifting wide. Yes, he is letting me past. So that's essential. 2 cars between us. There's a yellow. Oh my god. Kvyat spun out. I think Verstappen took him out there. And luckily for Rosberg, he didn't make any contact there, but... The gap, it's not closing up. Rosberg is not closing up. I think he's lost a bit of time, if anything. So we're slowly, very slowly getting to the end of this race. I think we should get it unless we make a stupid mistake at this point. Coming through the end of Sector 2, we just need to do the Zhengzhou corner. And then we have surely won this race. No mistakes here. That'll do, hitting the apex, mounting the curve. The gap's gone up. What's happened to Rosberg? I really don't know what's happened to him there. Well, we're coming to the line. This has been an unbelievable result. Look at my tyres. We're going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the battle goes on to Abu Dhabi. Hamilton wins in Brazil from the back of the grid. What a result. What a drive. There wasn't too much wheel-to-wheel action. But the strategy there, I honestly didn't think that strategy would work. I'm going to be honest. And somehow it has. I think... A little bit of credit has to go for the back markers for holding up Rosberg. But still, the battle goes on to Abu Dhabi. And yeah, I do hope you enjoyed that race. And the finale is next up. So subscribe if you haven't already and want to see that. So the key thing is obviously the championship standings. But if you're good at maths, I'm sure you've worked it out. The result here. Obviously myself and Rosberg. Raikkonen beat Vettel. Vettel pitted for the 4th time. That's a strange strategy. The 2 Williams, and if we look further, Sainz got more points again. He's having a good end to the season, 8th place. Verstappen's got 2 penalties, I think. Why has he got 2 penalties? Everyone finished the race as well. Not many retirements recently, but why has Verstappen got 2 penalties? Let's have a quick... Ignoring blue flags. They were the 2 laps Verstappen was ahead of me. Ah, gutted. He would have got points as well, so shame for him. There it is, there's the standings, 6 points. This battle is absolutely epic, this season battle. If you missed any races, where the hell have you been? You need to check out the other races. Vettel 3rd, Raikkonen 4th, pretty standard, but Abu Dhabi is where it's at. It's going to be an epic finale. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to see that final race, and I'll catch you in Abu Dhabi for the finale. Goodbye.